Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of the FanFreeks podcast. It is I, your fearless Hagrid.
He wasn't sure. He had fear in his heart. The doubt was showing.
What is it?
The shadow creeps.
I need light in my heartless, whatever the Kingdom Hearts reference.
No, but it's okay. I could be the one to fill your dark soul with light.
With light. All right, and as he keeps making fun of me for my intro because I always mess it up some way or somehow, it is Bone King. George, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. It is I, the Bone King, and don't worry.
That's really.
I won't do this. I won't do this voice the whole time. Don't worry. I am accompanied by my good friend, the Dude, and Alcohole, which I don't usually do on the podcast.
Yeah, we're both drinking Cuba Libres.
Just to be a little bit, relaxed, and just to ease our way into the newest episode. I had a lot of stress setting up this this little visual here, but we're all good
George.
now.
It's really,
all right.
It's really because you were playing Resident Evil 6. That's why you're drinking.
Why do you know about this? Why do you know about it?
I've been watching your stream on Twitch TV.
You son of a gun.
Bone King
You
TV
son of a
Twitch TV.
gun. Okay, so yeah, no, on Bone King /TV, whatever. Twitch.tv /Bone King.
There's a slash there.
There's a slash somewhere in there. Anyway, we got topics for today. We got all sorts of shit to talk about. Adrian.
Yes.
The commandments, sir.
So listen, right now, really quick, I really want to talk about Evo.
Okay.
You just did the Smash announcer voice.
I did.
We got to talk about what happened this past weekend. Did you catch Evo at all?
Did I catch Evo at all? No, but I did hear about some intense scandals going on there. Some trickery that went a little bit unappreciated.
Well, yeah, most likely it'll get sued. You can't use someone's voice.
Is that the lesson?
Yeah, for a joke that might mislead people into thinking that it's gonna be DLC for a game.
I mean, like,
you want to tell the story, or should I?
I mean, you actually should tell the story because I didn't see Evo. I just heard about this here.
So Harada comes out. Harada is the lead designer for Tekken 7, and he's also in charge of Bandai Namco's. I don't know what's the professional term. I don't know what's the professional term. I believe it's community relations, but he's really in charge of like tournament support and things like that.
Okay.
So he showed off 2 new characters for DLC for Season 3 of Tekken 7. And yeah.
Season 3. I remember in our day, that would just be Tekken 8.
Yeah.
Tekken 8 would be there. It was 3 years later. Jesus.
But
whatever.
Tekken 7 keeps selling and people keep buying it. So
it's fair. It's fair. Hey, if it keeps it alive, whatever. I guess. But
Evo released a like snippet of Snake talking to Colonel Campbell from Metal Gear Solid 1. Not even the PS1, the fucking Twin Snakes version. And everybody lost their minds assuming that Snake was going to be part of Tekken. And Harada was like, no.
Whoa, let's all fucking relax here.
And
no.
Evo came out on Twitter, was like, hey, it's us. It's a joke. It's us. Then David Hayter came out.
David Hayter was pissed.
The voice of Snake was like, don't ever use my voice or Konami's rights,
property or whatever.
Property ever again. So, there you go.
Well, because that's the legal thing. And the problem with this especially is like fighting games and video game culture in general, when there's like that little snippet of a video at the end, it's usually the big stinger, the big teaser that people will talk about after the trailer. Why would that be the best time to put your joke in?
Legit. Because everyone was like losing their damn mind.
There was
a lot of good news at Evo, though.
Bro, if it was just like if someone was selecting their character and all of a sudden Snake's voice popped up, that's a joke. Because
where
things
he
are
just
still
says,
going.
kept you waiting, huh?
And then
like,
that's
oh
it. It's a
God.
mod or something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But the fact that it's after a presentation and it's like that usually signifies a release or a reveal of some sort. And then, bit him in the ass. So
why are you showing off the Google website?
Oh, because I have this open so that we can use it to Google people.
Oh, you should have just Googled the picture of Harada.
I can. That's the joy of this. Check this out. Harada.
H-A...
Oh god, it's all dicks. Oh god, it's all dicks.
So yeah, he showed off a new character and a returning character for Tekken. Street Fighter V, now 3 years after its release, is finally giving us E Honda.
Yeah,
one of the original OG characters in Street Fighter. We've waited 3 years for him to become DLC. It's not even free. You have to pay for him.
Of course. Just like how we're paying for Nightwolf and Sindel and no doubt Reptile down the line. Like,
yeah, we did get to see Nightwolf. We got to see Nightwolf in the MK11. Some people that won, I want to give like congratulatory. My boy Goichi finally won at Fighters at a rematch of last year's Evo, where he played against Fox. Fox then won MK11. Props to him. Still the best Mortal Kombat player in the world. And then Smash, dude. I want you to watch it because it was a thing of beauty. Joker won it.
For Smash?
Smash. The guy who used Joker won.
Of course.
Like, he went through and through. Apparently Joker's like OP.
Joker's got so much shit going on, and I haven't even touched Hero yet. So I don't even know anymore.
Apparently Hero's worse than Joker. I don't know.
That's what's going to be for the DLC for a bit. Because even when Bayonetta and Cloud first came out, that was the same shit that people were talking about.
Bayonetta is considered one of the most toxic characters in Smash 4. But nobody plays Smash 4 anymore.
Well, why would you now?
But still, MK Leo, a guy from Mexico, won. And he beat an American at Smash. Which is funny considering Smash. You would think, like, it should be Japanese focused, but I don't think there was a lot of Japanese players in top 8.
I think it's just whoever wants to. Yeah, it's just, it's just random by that point. I'm more curious to see, like, who are the listings now? Do people just play exclusively, Joker and high tier people only? Because I always thought
the guy MK Lee was playing was Tweak, and he was using Pokemon Trainer.
Wow, that's a hard one to predict.
And he was doing really good, dude. He almost won, but MK Leo just he changed his gameplay, and Tweak couldn't figure out a way to beat him. He was so close to winning, dude. All he needed was to win one more game, and he would have done it.
Wasn't there? There's also a Hey, what's up, Jesus? King K. Rool is awesome. I know. His belly is to be
dog, but nobody.
honored.
I don't think he made top 8, dog. Jesus. I don't think he made top 8.
I saw a video the other day, and it was like, what it's like to main anybody. It was from Caleb City. And the first person he talks about, like, people who are assholes, whoever mains this character is an asshole, first one's Richter. And I'm like, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! And then
that's your main?
That's my main, Richter, of course. And then on the list at the bottom, it's like, oh yeah, Richter sucks. Anyone who uses projectiles is a fucking cheap character. And I'm like, okay. Okay, sure. I'm sorry. I like to manage my projectiles.
What a dick. It's in the game.
I know.
This is what I hate about people that are like, oh, you're zoning? You're zoning? You suck, man.
No. But that
Let
was the beauty of that video, the Caleb City video, is that he just kept on going through every character, essentially, and every single one of them was not cool to main. It's like, but isn't that's what I like to see about Smash, is that
still thick boy, yeah.
That you can make any character work super well if you know how to use them, and that's what I guess is about making it balanced, right?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing about balancing. I just want to see more balancing. I want to see these assholes fucking take Olimar up there. You know what I mean? I want to see, like, fucking... I don't even know who else. Does Mr. Game & Watch make the top ones? Like...
Not to my knowledge.
I know Rob does. I was about to say him, but I know he's a fucking monster, so... Like, fuck.
Actually, Smash Ultimate was, like, the biggest tournament. It had almost 4,000 people sign up.
Shit.
It was 8 people short of 4,000. They had to cut it off there. They were like
at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. 4,000 player match. Dude, the particle effects. It would be ridiculous.
What else can we talk about?
From Evo?
For Evo, I didn't get a date for Banjo-Kazooie. I didn't get a solid date.
No, because we still have... Hero just came out, so they still have to, like...
Can you check there through the Google machine?
I will.
To see if there's any date for my boy Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie release
what else?
date.
Oh, Doom 1, 2, and 3
Fall
all came out on Switch.
Fall 2019 is what I got here.
Ooh.
So
right.
it's not. It's still some time, but hey, it's
That's like
soon.
in a month.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But fall could mean anything. It could be in September, October, November. So
Yeah, spooky times are coming.
I know. So you could expect a lot of new content from Bone King. Let me tell you, because that's when I really kick it into high gear.
I just don't want to watch any more Resident Evil 6. That's all.
That's too bad, because guess what, guys? This is a good segue, real quick. As you've noticed, I actually have this bottle of alcohol, which I've never had any alcohol near me whatsoever. But since my friends, they do this thing called drunk streaming on Fridays, and I decided to join them, and I was like, hey, you know what'd be cool if we all play the Resident Evil 6 campaign, but each two of us, all the pairs, pair off into the different campaigns. So I have one me and my friend Barb, one me and my friend Pixel, and then they'll have one of them too. You know what I mean? So we really even out the cast, get all the different dynamics involved, and just really poke fun at Resident Evil 6, and holy shit, I was laughing so hard the first stream, and you can find it on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting it. But like, just
what was your campaign again?
The first one we did was Leon and Helena.
Oh.
I was Leon and Barb was Helena. Like, it's just funny because
I fucking hate Helena.
Well, Helena, that's the thing about Resident Evil 6 is like I feel like they had some potential with the character designs at the very fucking least, but they didn't do anything with the character.
Helena, you mean the alternate costume for Claire Redfield?
Yes, yeah, and well, also Hunnigan also wears the alternate costume of Sheva and Claire Redfield.
Oh, legit, yeah.
The business outfit.
Jeez.
They just swap it amongst the female members. Just share that shit, I guess. But either way, the stream has been hilarious, and I 100% suggest you guys hit us up on Fridays.
That Hero's super broken.
I can imagine, because when I saw his like list of moves, it was like, I don't even know how you're gonna. I don't even know like how you're gonna manage that shit. But if you do, it's probably gonna be really good.
Yeah, you and Jesus still have to get a game of Smash in.
Sure, I play Richter all day, and I swap off to Cloud and Lucina.
Fucking sword people, man.
They're fast, and actually, the thing about Cloud though is like he's hard hitting like Ike, but a little bit floatier. So I kind of like him because he's better at recovery, and first off, it's Final Fantasy, so it's always a plus.
So
did we cover Evo? Is that?
Yeah, that's it for Evo.
Well,
Janemba is coming out, and we saw some new stuff of Gogeta, but that's it for fighters. And MK11, we saw Nightwolf.
I wanted to also mention really quick. There was another. God, I don't know if it was BlazBlue or Guilty Gear, but there's a new Guilty Gear using the Dragon Ball Z Fighters like graphics engine.
Oh yeah, because
that looks nuts. Yeah, I know, but like do you see what they did to it? They're evolving it to like the camera sways around and the backgrounds change on the astro. It looks amazing. Like I say, look it up.
Last thing, really big. We have the front main character for Samurai Showdown, which is a really big SNK game. Like it got a lot of attention at Evo because it was one of the main games, and that character showing up as a guest character for Soul Calibur 6.
Wow, neato.
So they're promoting it as Soul Calibur 6 versus Samurai Showdown.
That's awesome because like I actually consider myself to be somewhat of like a casual to somewhat devoted Soul Calibur fan, as I played Soul Calibur or Soul, what was it called in the original? It wasn't Soul Calibur, it was Soul Blade, something like that. Soul Edge, something like that. Soul Edge 1, and then it was Soul Calibur 2, and then Soul Calibur 3 or whatever. And it was fun. I love the creative character, so I didn't think you needed any fucking bonus characters. But then they added
Soul
2B and fucking
Soul Calibur 2, we had the best.
Oh yeah, that's
guest
Link.
Characters. We had Link, we had Spawn, we had Heihachi.
Yeah.
And then Soul Calibur 4, we had Darth Vader and Yoda.
And Starkiller, don't forget.
Right.
Right. That guy. He was also there. But then 5 you had Ezio, and it was like, oh, okay.
It was a bit of a stretch. And then 6 we got fucking Geralt from fucking Witcher.
I guess people really like Witcher, and that's fine. I guess I was more excited for when they revealed 2B, and I was like, what? 2B? Yeah!
I guess it was to be expected.
Anyway, one other thing I wanted to mention about Evo, that whole snake thing isn't even completely out of like the realm of possibility, because that was the same like way that they revealed Negan in Tekken 7.
Yeah, but
So
Negan in Tekken 7 actually had gameplay.
with the reveal, I thought
Yes.
when it first showed him off, it was a shadow with like a thing over his shoulder.
To my understanding, there was gameplay footage.
Okay, well, I don't know.
You know what? No, you're right. Yes, but Harada himself showed it off.
Right, but that's what I'm
Harada
saying.
himself didn't show off Snake.
So this is the lesson to be learned for anyone. If you learn anything from this podcast, if you run a video game, like if you're running a video game competition or anything of the sort, don't make a joke about adding a character or like cameoing a character, because that's the kind of stuff that sells your game. And if you can't back up a promise, that makes you look bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, Evo itself looks fucking terrible doing that.
So yeah, lesson learned. Don't try and show off characters that aren't actually in your game.
So to wrap up the gaming thing, I think you should talk about what you wanted to talk about, which was, I believe, a certain video game publisher.
Oh, Activision.
Little Activision.
Yeah, no. So, you guys may have heard through the interwebs and a lot of different stuff, especially Jimquisition. As you know, I'm a very big follower of the cult god that is Jimquisition, I guess. And like he brought to light this whole thing about Crash Team Racing. Because granted, I'm not even that big of a Crash Team Racing fan in general.
Mario Kart's better in my opinion.
I liked Mario Kart. Now I'm having second thoughts, but regardless of that,
because you lose?
yeah, well, it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, pretty much. But no, Crash Team Racing, like, I remember hearing from everyone, oh my god, it's almost equal to Mario Kart, it's amazing game, there's so much shit you can do. Great, awesome. So when it was re-released with the new fucking remake, people were really enjoying it, and I was like, awesome, I'm glad that games are being made for the enjoyment of it. It reviewed well, fucking people enjoyed it. That should be it, right? And then you just kind of support it as it goes forward. But no, Activision decided, hey, best idea and the smart business tactic that we have is we're going to go ahead and retroactively add the microtransactions after everyone's already reviewed it, so they can't review it negatively for the microtransactions. So that means that, like, the game that everyone buys on the release day is not going to be like what it will be. It's literally a wolf in sheep's clothing until they decide to just swap it on you. Like, this is the kind of shit, I'm sorry, that I feel like we need to take a stand on and be like, no, I'm not gonna buy any extra premium currency. I know you're gonna ruin the game's pacing just to make it so that this shit is super grindy and inspire me to go buy some fucking new premium currency. But no, I'm not gonna do that. So I feel really bad for people who are playing Crash Team Racing, but like, guys, keep playing it the way you did. Don't let this fucking asshole of a company try and change how you play this game just so that they can make a quick buck. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's my soapbox. Thank you, everyone.
To just piggyback off that, I would like to say that Activision, in of itself, this isn't the first time it's done this.
Oh my god, no.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. They sold DLC for a almost, at the time, was like a 10-year-old game.
Well, wasn't it that in order to get the HD remaster of Call of Duty 4, you had to pre-order the deluxe edition of whatever fucking Call of Duty was going on? Yeah, it was the Infinite
Warfare Special Edition or whatever.
So, like, you couldn't even fucking play it until after all this bullshit.
And then they did DLC on top of that.
You were coming to my TED Talk. Yes. This is the kind of thing that I want to start bringing more attention to on the podcast, because, like, Jimquisition can't be the only person talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, he can't be the only one who's calling this shit out,
but it
and we don't say anything.
Activision, it's EA, it's Bethesda now.
Oh,
Bethesda
God.
Now, I used to be one of my favorite game publishers of all time.
Yeah.
But Wolfenstein Youngblood is filled to the brim with microtransactions, and it's a cooperative shooter. It doesn't have a competitive multiplayer. It's filled with microtransactions and its own in-game currency.
Yeah.
Even though it's like a $20 game, good, I guess. It's like an add-on, but seriously,
it's
like,
not
what
an
the
excuse
hell?
to ruin the pacing of your game just because you want to give it at a lower price. It's like, yeah, I get it, the game's $20, whatever, but you're ruining the pacing of your game just because you want to sell me this extra shit.
Not only that, how often do you use your Switch at home with a stable internet connection versus how often do you play it on the go, perhaps?
See, that's an extra thing, though.
Right now, for Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3, you can have them on the Switch. Great. You get to play Doom on the go, which is great. But you have to have a constant internet connection and sign up with Bethesda.net and make an account.
Right.
For a 30-year-old game. That doesn't make any sense.
That can literally be played on most fax machines. It is that fucking convertible
I've seen
of a game.
Doom be played on a TI-85.
Yeah,
man.
and nowadays you could have it on a fridge, I'm sure, because of the computers they have there. But regardless of that, this is the kicker, though. Is like, when asked, why did you do this? They went, oh no, it was to reward the players, to give them that option of connecting and seeing leaderboards online. It's like, no. We can do that by just, like, sending you information. What you're asking for is a 24/7 feed of information, because you want to have that knowledge so that you can fucking do whatever data bullshit with it and learn how to use that against us and how to further our fucking time in these other microtransaction heavy games. I know that's what you're doing, because that's the only reason why you'd want to keep track of every single thing I do, as opposed to just uploading data. I'm sorry.
It's a sad state of affairs, brother.
And I'm tired of them going around and saying, no, we're doing it for you. No one asked for these. No one.
Literally no one.
Like, if you want to add online leaderboards and shit, fine, you know what? But in my experience, those always get modded and hacked anyway, even if they are connected to an online thing. So the best way to do it is just to do it yourself on a website or an app, or fuck, have a YouTube channel. I don't give a fuck, but don't fucking make it so that you ruin the pacing of your game. Make sense? I'm sorry, but that shit gets me so hard, because a lot of my favorite companies and games are just, like, turning into this shit now.
Hard, he says.
Yes, very hard. Excruciatingly hard, even.
Ooh, you should see a doctor.
Yeah, it is a pain lasting for more than 4 hours, okay?
Speaking of pains, I would like to tell you what's not a pain to watch, and it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I did not see this, yes.
That shit was pretty fucking good. I want to say, though, it needs work on the pacing, because, like every Tarantino movie, he has issues with pacing. And just like every Tarantino movie, there is a shot...
Wait, whoa. What? Tarantino has an issue with I mean, he kind of changes it up, but what do you mean? Because the chapters...
Movies, okay, the Django Unchained had issues with pacing. Death Proof has issues with pacing. Pulp Fiction was a fucking classic. Reservoir Dogs was a classic. Jackie Brown could be trimmed a little bit by the editing. The editing was not that good.
When I think of
Kill Bill Volume 2. Volume 1 was breakneck. But Volume 2, there's parts where it just grinds to a halt.
Well, because it's a Western and it slows down. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
In the first part, it's a fucking martial arts revenge film. Mm. But then the second part, it becomes a complete Western. Because
I'm thinking of that plus Reservoir Dogs, which is, like, really well-paced.
Yes.
And, you know?
But he does tend to have that issue.
Okay.
And there's films where he makes that work. That's why Reservoir Dog works. That's why Inglourious Bastards works. That's why Hateful Eight works versus Django Unchained. The Django Unchained, I feel, was pretty poorly paced. It's a good film. It's a good film nonetheless. This is the 9th film of Tarantino. Supposedly the 10th one, and it will be his last one, which will be the Star Trek movie, which is going to go for a hard R.
Okay. I mean, like, we'll see how that goes.
I don't know how Star Trek would work with a hard R. But...
I don't think you need to be R to do Star Trek at all. Like, but okay. I mean, it's been proven several. But I mean, whatever. Hey, and that's the thing with Tarantino. I'll see with this new movie, like, if there are pacing issues. In my opinion, I don't know, but in my experience, dude, he is usually breakneck. He's usually very quick in the pace, unless it's supposed to, like, signify something with it being so slow.
This one, you probably won't understand what's going on till the third act. Which, however, it's a really fun third act. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is fun. The cinematography is great. Are you telling me to go closer to the mic?
Yes, I'm telling you to speak into the mic. I see you in the webcam. You're talking to the webcam.
You told me to do this.
Yes.
Not this.
Okay.
This is what you told me to do.
No. Now I want you to do this.
Fine, then we'll do this.
But don't move. It's
Este
okay.
niño, yo no entiendo, coño, me está
Hey,
volviendo
look,
loco.
listen, no one said this podcast was bilingual, and you will stop it.
All right,
It is
so
quadrilingual.
I will say this: Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is not my favorite Tarantino film.
Okay, fair enough.
It is not. It is, however, one of the best shot movies he's ever done.
Whoa, that's a big fucking claim because he's
Not one of the best written.
because he's
One of the best shot. Like, that cinematographer, whoever his DP was, I will kiss that man on the mouth because some of those shots are beautiful. George, I actually recommend you watch it, but it is a bit long. It's a little over 2 hours, bordering on 3. There's going to be a 4-hour cut that he's going to release on Netflix. So, yeah. I really loved it. If you were to ask...
It ain't no Pulp Fiction. That's
No.
what he says.
I mean, look...
We'll,
Dude, fuck off. Look, Pulp Fiction's good.
We'll be sure to talk about it, like, when I actually see it, and maybe next time we're able to do the podcast, we can have a spoiler cast on it. You know what I mean?
Look, you know what? We're going to do a Tarantino-focused podcast. I swear to God.
Sounds like a plan.
And you know who I want here for that? I want Paul Anthony Yossis, American culture critic.
That'd be a good one, yes.
FanFreeks residence movie critic, because that's one dude we could all argue with over how good a movie can be.
Right. In terms of pacing, and I'm sure he knows.
He
those
studied the shit,
front to
so
back,
yeah. You and I are amateur filmmakers, so we could just like bitch at him like, no, but you have to understand.
I don't know about. I never said I was a filmmaker. I was a film critiquer. I only talk shit about films. Thank you very much.
You've never made a movie?
I've written a script. I've written a couple scripts actually, but it's like
feature or shorts?
No, shorts, bro. What the fuck? Am I gonna write like a full on fucking thing that takes my whole life?
Why haven't we shot it?
Please have BVS in that. Tarantino was not in charge of BVS. I don't understand.
Batman vs Superman is a fucking terrible movie. You have to let it go.
We have to let this go. What's next?
Go.
What's next on the docket?
What's next?
We're reaching the halfway point, my friend.
Actually, there's a lot of things to talk about.
Let's barrel in, buddy.
August 10th, I believe, is this Saturday? Is it this Saturday?
I don't know if you're asking me.
Can you check? Because you have the computer right in
What am I checking? What do I Google?
No, I love it. I understand that you love it. It's a fucking terrible movie.
What do I Google?
Dude, on the bottom right corner, just click on the time. It should tell you, it should pull up a calendar. On the bottom right.
What do you want to know?
Is August 10th this Saturday?
Okay, thank you. Yes, it is.
Okay, great. This Saturday. August 10th.
I'm like, what do you want to know? Look it up. What do you want to know? It's on the bottom right. What do you want to know?
I'm glad he listens to his co-host.
Co-host.
Aren't we co-hosts?
We're both we're both hosts.
That's what co-host is.
Shh, quiet, you. What's next on the docket?
I'm telling you. This Saturday, FanFreeks' other home, Multiverse Core Comics, is having its 2-year birthday party anniversary thing.
Oh, happy birthday.
They're having this big event. It's usually for Smash. I don't know how he's going to do it. But John Boy Myers is going to be there. He's a talented writer. He's currently working on Superman right now for DC. Mm-hmm. And if you go there, you could get swag and free movie tickets to watch Angel Has Fallen or Ready or Not. He's going to have 2 movie reps giving out shit if you go to the anniversary. It's kind of like their big thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just please go. It's a local thing. 14234 Southwest 8th Street here in Miami, Florida.
And guys, come on. Free tickets.
Free tickets.
You're going to see the movies anyway.
It doesn't cost
anything. Save some money.
Yeah, it doesn't cost anything to just show up, say, hey, FanFreaks sent me, you know.
Be a little bit of a local, dude, a local scenester for a second just to get the free tickets, then okay.
And then on Friday is the Kickstarter event that starts off for Incident Report number 1. Mm-hmm. George, you might not know this, but I actually also have a shindig where I work for a side dig, not
a shindig.
Not a shindig. Wow, that rum is good.
A bone dig. I need a refill of said rum.
we will when we wrap this
Oh
up.
no, yeah, we're heading up to the halfway point.
So Attic Door Media is kind of my friends. We work together. Mary, Brian, Mark. Brian and I met one fateful night on Halloween night. Really good guy. He is literally my doppelganger.
Oh?
Like, he and I are super, like, on point. The only thing is, he's super into PC gaming and I'm into console gaming. So.
Therefore, he's just completely
just so different.
Unsalvageable. Just
yeah. But he and I, you know, we're very relatable in a lot of things, but he turned me on to this, and now they've created a comic book universe.
All right, and what are they doing to promote this comic book universe, my friend?
Well, you can find them on Instagram. You can find them on all social media pages as Attic Door Media, and they're doing a Kickstarter event for Incident Report #1, which is their main comic book that they're doing, just to help them get published. Come on, guys! I'm gonna throw in money. If George had money, he would throw in money.
Yep. I'm trying to buy a new table, folks.
The cover art is going to be done by Paulina Guancho, who has done a couple of Marvel one-shots covers. Mm-hmm. There's just a lot to support here.
Yeah, and guys,
if you usually bitch about the big two, which is Marvel and DC, support an indie person. Not only that, support an indie company that's here, fucking grassroots as well, and they're all freaks. They're all fan freaks. Let's support ourselves, right?
100%. And dude, that's the thing about finding local talent and stuff like that, is like, that's how the most unique shit is made. So like, if you are thirsting for something different besides, as he said, the big two, then really this is what you do, is you go looking in other places. And you know, it wouldn't hurt just to check out the page, see if you like the art, you see where it goes from there.
I'm actually going to post up the art. I'll post up some of the art.
Show some examples.
Yeah, I'm going to post up the art following the podcast. Obviously, I'm not going to do it now because my attention's on you.
Right. So, real quick, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. We're just going to go ahead, refill our drinks, and get the next segment underway. Stick around.
We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Oh my god, and we're live.
We are?
Yeah.
Already?
I mean, did you not want to?
No, I was...
No, I was... Fucking... Why not?
Just so unexpected.
So suddenly.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. So, dude, I got one question for you real quick.
So, you're chilling with the dude and the king. What's up?
Yes, you're back on the FanFreeks podcast with Dude and the King, yes. I want to ask you real quick, you were talking about a Kickstarter before we left.
Yes.
Incident Report, you said?
Yeah, so...
What was it? What is that? Because I think it sounds familiar, but I want to know what this one is about, so that way I get it clear. What's this one about?
I don't know how it could sound familiar.
Sounds like Michigan Report from Hell.
I've never heard... Okay.
I will be happy to show you Michigan Report from Hell as soon as we're done here.
Okay. So, Incident Report is basically kind of like a slice of life buddy cop. Comic book, but it's based on what would people do if they had superpowers but didn't fight crime. Mm-hmm. If that piques your interest at all, that's generally what that comic is for.
So it's like a group of anti-heroes, I guess?
Not really. They're just regular people dealing with the fact that they have powers.
Huh. More everyday uses for superpowers,
yeah,
I suppose?
Think of it like everyone has powers, but now how do you deal with that type of thing?
That's fair. That sounds
Mary and
cool.
Brian wrote the story outline, and they kind of told me what the universe is. And they told... I don't want to say a lot without spoiling, but it's really, like, it's funny and upbeat, but at the same time, obviously there's things to move the plot. But, man, one of the things that gets me is the fact that they're looking at it very much like an X-Men story type of thing, where the powers are not a gift. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's the problem with cape shit. Cape shit either is usually the powers are...
The power is yours.
Okay, that's an anime shit.
Is that really... Is Captain Planet anime?
Captain Planet.
The power is yours. Is frickin' Captain Planet.
I don't know. It sounded like anime. Oh no, shonen anime is. I believe in my friends,
yes.
and my friends help me win.
We fight to find that answer.
No, the problem with cape shit that I find is that either the power is a gift or the power that the hero has is a curse. So you either reject the call or answer the call. It just really depends on the story. Here, I'm really interested in what's going to happen.
I'm curious to see like what's the next like thing getting in the character's way. Like what's the focal point? It's got to be
not
more
only that. The story
personal.
is from the viewpoint of like two cops that are specifically tasked with dealing with these powers.
That's an interesting viewpoint to definitely start from. So, I mean, hey, that'll definitely be on my list of reads if it ever gets published, guys. So if you guys want me to read and get more into comic books, you know what to do.
Considering the fact that I lent him this months ago.
Why are you doing this?
Months ago. See this?
Why are you
this?
doing this? The podcast can't see. The podcast can't see. No. I mean, the one on Spotify will not be able to see what you're doing.
You're right. You're right. So it's Alex Ross's Marvels book, which was written by Kurt Busiek. I lent him.
I hear it's big dick. I don't know.
And he won't fucking read it, guys. He won't read it.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what I am doing. Okay? What I am doing is listening to that new Tool fucking single that just dropped. Fear Inoculum, boys. How we doing? How we feeling about it? I'm a little bit like...
I'm a little bit cunt.
I haven't been grabbed by it just yet, mainly because
Wait, they only released a single?
Yeah.
It's not the full album?
No.
I thought it was the full album.
That's later. But you know what? Right now we got Fear Inoculum. It sounds pretty okay. I feel like it has bits of Schism in it, and I know I'm kind of losing Adrian on this one, but it's like... It's got bits of his other stuff. Okay, it feels like Schism, but like, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have that.
Are you sure
identity.
We're live? Because I don't see us live on Facebook.
I'm live on 2 different platforms right now.
Oh my god! You can resume the same stream. Holy shit!
I didn't resume the same stream. I went on standby.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, my bad. Continue.
No, it's cool. But no, yeah. So what I've been doing really has been listening to that, and I'll tell you right now in a sec. Oh God.
And it's only on Spotify?
No, actually, they opened up their entire library for iTunes, Spotify, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you really want to get into Tool, now is the time.
Nice of you to do that, Maynard.
About fucking time, Maynard. I'm sorry. Like, as much as I love his music, like he's really, yeah, he's kind of up his own ass, unfortunately.
He's a dick.
He
even has a song called Maynard's Dick.
Next podcast, we'll have Maynard on the show. Fucking, could you imagine? That'd be incredible. But basically, I've been trying to get back into my metal roots for a bit, and fucking Tool and some Rammstein and shit.
Rammstein was so fucking...
Boss, yes, I know. We talked about it with Vinny on the podcast. That Rammstein, great shit. Great move. But yeah, no, I've been listening to that kind of stuff. Haven't really watched any movies recently, but I have been playing Resident Evil 6.
You mentioned that in the first part.
Yes, I know. I mentioned the stream, but I want to mention a couple things about Resident Evil 6 in general that I think you would know, because obviously, you know, Resident Evil, regardless of the stream and regardless of the fun times we had while drunk, there were times where I was like, there's something good. There's like a good idea here, but then it was like performed badly. And what I mean by that is something like, there's a lot of NPC dialogue in Resident Evil 6, especially in Leon's campaign, where it's like, you have these characters who, if they were in any other Resident Evil game, probably would even have their own chance at being their own main characters. But it's just that we have this weird dependency on making these like veterans be superheroes and the only ones that can withstand the whatever who whatsits. Am I making sense to you? Like, Leon is like some sort of crazy superhero by this point, who can like backflip off a motorcycle and do shit that no normal human can. And it loses a little bit of that edge when the game is trying to make you feel vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Well, considering the fact that this is the only Resident Evil game No, Code Veronica did it as well. But this one lets you dual wield and you let to be like on the floor, crawling backwards, shooting.
But the thing is, I like those movement options. They're great for gameplay control. Like, seriously, Mercenaries is amazingly fun with them. The only problem is that they never really scaled things correctly. Like, you're able to punch on command, which just opens up all, like, these different melee moves and make everything fucking trivial. Like, if it wasn't for the melee attacks, the game would probably be a lot more tense. It would probably feel a lot more like a Resident Evil 2 remake. Just a regular over-the-shoulder fucking just lower down the ammo and the amount of things you fight. And it would be a lot better.
Increase the bullet sponge of the enemies.
Give the enemies that are there more health, but
because you could kill zombies in Leon's campaign in RE6 like with 4 hits.
But that's the thing is, like, in order to compensate for that, they give you a shit ton of zombies, and you're just burning through them like nothing. So I feel like if they just had faith in their own goddamn gameplay, it probably would have been a better experience.
But let me ask you this: with saying that about RE6. Does that devalue your experience with RE2 Remake?
No, not at all. Because, in fact, RE2 Remake really
Or does it make you
me.
appreciate it more?
RE2 made me appreciate, thought put behind pacing and whatnot, and not necessarily, like... How do I put this? Something like Remake was more focused on player experiences on their own, like having their own scenarios build up from a certain amount of variables that could happen. So like Mr. X wanders the whole building, so that could lead into a whole bunch of different types of situations where there could be a scary moment. It's not a specifically timed like haunted house jump scare, because that's what Resident Evil 6 does. It does set pieces. It'll say hold L3 and you gotta look over to the right and see the thing they want you to see, whereas it feels more organic in Resident Evil 2 Remake because it's not having the camera just fucking whiplash you towards what you need to see. It makes it part of the actual experience. And that's why I feel like, bro, someone could mod, I will go on record, someone could mod RE6 and make it a better game.
It's easy.
The way that it is right now, if you just change some of the damage values, the enemy loadouts, or whatever the fuck, it could actually be really good, in my opinion. But as of right now, I don't know.
So, may I interject with what I've been playing? Because
no, yeah, I'm done. I only had one thing. That's why I went off on it.
We're not a Resident Evil podcast. I just want that to be known.
But we will be.
We just always
time.
We just always end up talking about.
It's what I'm playing. What do you want from me? I can't play things I don't want to play.
I mean, I see all these games. Anyway.
I have all these games. They're all Resident Evil in there. What are you kidding? It's just placebo boxes.
So, I got back into playing Fallout 4.
Oh, God. Okay.
I don't know why. I really don't know why. But I got it really cheap, the Game of the Year edition. I never played any of the DLC. So, because the DLC, even after a year, they were selling it for $50. I was like, damn you.
Yeah, because they want their money and they don't even care. It's pretty horrible.
So I found it with the DLC, the Game of the Year edition, for like $25 at GameStop. So I just picked it up, bought it, and man, with mods, it's a lot of fun. But I will say, since I've been exploring more of Fallout 4,
that rhymed.
I've also been like watching some YouTubers, and I found something out very interesting. Now, this is going to lead into somewhat of a spoiler for Fallout 4.
All right. Well, gonna give you a bit of a head start. Anyone who's listening who
that's why I stay quiet.
The Fallout 4, if you really cared about the story on that one, we'll see you next time.
They apparently cut an ending from one of the factions that you could like take over. Which is the Brotherhood of Steel.
They cut out the Brotherhood of Steel ending?
Well, they gimped it. So what happened was, apparently modders like looked through the game files as they do, and they found out that there's scripts for it and scripted event for it for you to take over the Brotherhood of Steel chapter that's in Fallout 4, which drastically changes the game. Not only could you take over, you could choose someone else to take over it, and who you choose could be a synth, which is, you know, the robot,
thing, yeah.
fucking person.
The Red
thing.
Scare of that game.
The Red Scare of that game. Good point. But could you imagine the dynamic of that, where the Brotherhood of Steel throughout the entire game were like, we have to kill the synths, and then boom, oh, you're leading the synths. The synths are leading.
Yeah, a synth in control. That'd be actually some good dramatic irony if you fucking had some guy who was like, no, I need to guide them so they don't kill all my robots.
Ricky, please tell me you watch fucking Evo. Ricky's watching.
Yes.
Please tell me you watch Evo. But still, Fallout 4...
You're playing this on PC or PS4?
I'm playing it right now on PS4.
Okay, because that's the thing, though. It's like you're talking about how much better it is with mods.
Bethesda released Fallout 4 and Skyrim with mods.
Okay, but dude, that's...
on the console.
But that's fucking... What's it called? Easy potatoes? I know that's not the phrase, but it's small potatoes to the fucking mod capabilities of these things on PC, man.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna dump $600 on a gaming PC right now.
What? You don't need to even dump $600. The PC
and
that
I
you
don't
showed
like
right now.
a keyboard.
Okay, this is the standard excuses for people who don't play PC. I get it. It's fine. You don't have to become a PC gamer, but even your laptop that I see right now can play Fallout 3, can play Fallout New Vegas.
Dude, I would love to play New Vegas on PC.
And then you see that PS4 controller? You see that PS4 controller you have? You plug that shit right into your PC, and oh my god, it works.
That's actually how I was playing Left 4 Dead with you.
It's almost like they already anticipated all of these problems.
It was just very terrible. The fucking UI for putting in the button configuration is terrible.
I mean,
but then again, Left 4 Dead 2 is like a fucking 10-year-old game.
But it's
they
really
weren't
good.
Expecting the PS4 controller. They were expecting like I feel with that I have to play a 360 controller.
The PS4 works just fine though because it just reads it as a PS3 controller that's like a higher fucking quality, so it really wouldn't change too much. But no, I'm glad you're trying out mods because once you try out those mods, you can start to try out some of the fucking real crazy ones on PC. Like they get really out there.
To be honest, like one of the mods I wish I really want to use is the Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon mod for Skyrim, and that's like the thing that I want. I'm a huge wrestling fan. SummerSlam this Sunday,
that?
By the way.
Who's that on your shirt? Is that a Mr. Steve Austin?
Yes.
That was my favorite growing up, by the way.
That's a lot of people's favorite. But yeah, this Sunday is SummerSlam. 2 weeks ago, he showed up on Raw and he like stunned a McMahon just for old time's sake.
Memories.
Actually, really funny, George. Stone Cold stopped drinking, and he's now using weed for pain medication.
That's good for him, dude. That's good for him because
the alcohol was like fucking up his liver. So he was like, he brought it up, I think, on his podcast where they were talking about like alternatives, and one of the alternatives was CBD oil and weed, and he started smoking and using CBD oil.
It's just that. I don't know anything. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a doctor. I don't know any real health facts about anything.
No, but
I just know that drinking over time
into
but drinking over like as much as that gentleman drank, you know, I'm just happy he's taking a break, I guess, you know, whatever.
No, but like we're getting to a point where weed is going to become like accessible for everybody. The NFL, one of the biggest sports thing in the world, is finally letting go simply because a couple of states in the country allow medicinal use. And if you fucking get hit in the head 100 times in a fucking game, wouldn't you want some weed to chill out? Because you get fucking a lot of pain in that.
It just reminds me of that Not Another Teen movie, the ongoing gag of the guy who's like, he has 3 concussions left, and then he keeps getting each one of the concussions in each act of the film. It's like,
damn, that shit's whack.
Oh no,
that's such a good movie.
I'm only here to say things like, damn,
movie.
or that's whack. It's like, do you know where she is? No. Damn, that's whack.
Bro,
None of the team movie is what put Chris Evans on the fucking map for me, by the way.
Jose, what's up? Shout out to Oregon. Jose is an admin as well as George is of FanFreeks.
Oh. I want to mention real quick, because you brought up Skyrim. One other thing I did start doing besides Resident Evil 6, as I was trying to troubleshoot shit for the stream, I tested it on Skyrim, because I added a mod, right? Okay. I had this idea. I was going to do like a free play thing, like a really quick stream, just to test out the equipment. And
actually, you brought this up on last week's podcast.
Right. So now I got it working, because before I was trying to get it working, and it wasn't even doing that. So now I can record it just fine. But, like, the time stop with the hook shot, it's like, now, instead of it just being like a magic spell that stops time, it's a ring. You literally get 2 rings, one that speeds up time and one that slows down time. And you could literally just be like, ring on, slow time, fucking grapple hook, ring off, and you'll just like slink away and they won't even know. Like, you're so fucking fast and just jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and then fucking...
This is a mod, right?
This is a mod. All right. And then there's another mod that lets you have, like, any of the Nightingale masks, which is like the Thieves Guild in that game. If you wear it, it hides your identity, so you can commit crimes as long as you're wearing the mask. And when you take it off, the bounty is only for wearing that mask. Like, this is the kind of shit that when you start getting into the mods, it makes a whole new game on its fucking own.
You know what's funny is that some of the mods are just unofficial patches.
Oh my god, dude.
Fallout 4 has like a fucking laundry list of unofficial patches.
Vinny and I on the podcast, last podcast, we were talking about games for Windows Live and how it actively fucks up like 4 or 5 different games that we tried playing, and the mod community is how I'm able to play that game again. Resident Evil 5, Dark Souls, fucking Dawnguard and Dragonborn for fucking Skyrim. The original DLCs are not on the fucking searchable list of items, and you have to fucking find them. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I've been playing Fallout 4 and some Sniper Elite 4, which I just found out is going to be a free game for PlayStation 4 next month.
Sweet. Sniper
this
Elite.
month, actually, August. It should be available
Did
already.
you ever play the Hitler DLC?
For 3?
For 3, yeah.
No.
It was funny.
But I really love this series of game because we talked about like 2 weeks ago how much we love Metal Gear.
Right.
But Metal Gear is dead. So where am I going to get my stealth action? Apparently, Sniper Elite is where I should get my stealth action, because Hitman at this point is no longer going to continue.
Well, here, I have something. How do you feel about... Because really, you're right. There really isn't anything to carry the strictly stealth torch. But I was actually playing a game and streaming it the other day. How do you feel about Last of Us being a stealth game?
You know, I have to be honest. I started it, and then I never continued it. I should really finish that fucking game.
No, that's exactly how I was.
The beginning of the game has one of the most touching cutscenes of all time.
It's just the voice acting of that little girl. You know it was just her voice acting that made it so good.
Yeah, but that shit's like on point, my dude.
Yeah. I guess because I also had the same thing where I'd played the intro and I didn't go any further.
Yo, Tim, we mentioned multiverse in the beginning of
Where are you
segment.
seeing these people?
Apparently, my phone is better than your tablet.
Good. I'm glad. Then we'll use your phone.
Again, multiverse this Saturday, Kickstarter this Friday for Incident Report.
So I
feel so proud.
I
get to nail that.
We'll get the information in the description if you guys want to, follow it up. We got you ready. But
also, we're on Spotify. Please follow us there.
Yes. Oh my God. Hopefully you're listening to this on Spotify. For if my work hasn't gone anywhere. But if not, yes, check us out on Spotify, iTunes. We're on a whole bunch of different platforms.
We're on Podbean as well, which I didn't even know was like a thing until 4 months ago.
Well, yeah. But anyway, Last of Us, the reason why I bring it up is there's a lot of different stealth segments in there.
Oh no, it's a stealth game.
It's very stealth heavy, so I'm wondering
dude, in the beginning of the game, even on easy mode, you're walking around with 5 bullets. How the fuck are you gonna kill 5 zombies with 5 bullets?
So it might
I'm sorry, clickers. They're not zombies.
Clickers is a type of the zombies. So there's multiple types. There's runners, there's clickers, and that's from what I've gathered so far. That's what it is.
All right. So George doesn't know this, but I'm gonna spring it on him right now, live on Facebook.
Oh no!
I want 2 more people to join George and I for Operation Raccoon City. Like,
Oh God, no! Stop! You
For
said
a
this wasn't a
fucking-
Resident Evil podcast. You said this wasn't a Resident Evil podcast. I can't bring that shit up. No, we were talking about Last of Us. I was gonna say how stealthy and how it could use things
Oh
that
yeah,
Metal Gear
Last
Solid
of Us
did.
has a fucking multiplayer. Doesn't
Metal Gear
it?
Solid 5 came out, right? If I was in charge of Last of Us, I would use as much knowledge as I could based on what MGS5 did as a blueprint for stealth and use that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with what I'm saying about Operation Raccoon City.
I know, because that's my initial topic, and then you're blinding me with fucking Operation Raccoon
I just
City.
want a LAN party. You remember those days back in like 2003 where everybody showed up with an Xbox to play fucking Blood Gulch on Halo 2?
Before people had Discord and fucking other things to connect to, we could connect on so many other platforms. But yes, if you guys would like to join us for Operation Raccoon City, much to my fucking dismay,
it
you
won't
can
be
join
live.
us.
It'll just be us and we'll drink.
Fuck it,
we'll
I'll
play.
make it live. I don't care.
How
Who
would
cares?
you make a PS3 game live?
Easy, actually. I think I can do that. Yeah. I've streamed PS3 games before.
What PS3 games have you streamed?
I streamed
The HD collection of it, Silent Hill 1 and 2 and 3.
No.
You should. You should. And dedicated to Tom
That
Hewlett.
is not what I streamed. No, it was not. I
Bro,
think I streamed.
all right, so I'm gonna tell you guys a
Dark
little
Side Chronicles.
side story. We're in a group chat, George and I, with like some other people. Hi, George. Hi, Chrissy.
What are you doing here?
And he named himself Tom Hewlett.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
everybody else was like
Todd Howard.
Everybody else was naming themselves after Todd Howard after the fuck up of Fallout 76.
So I thought, hey, who else is another type of Todd Howard archetype who says a lot of things in interviews and doesn't actually deliver on promises? Oh, hey, Tom Hewlett has the same fucking
Can you do a
TNH.
Tom Hewlett impression?
Not really, because part of what we want to do is I just go into my room and I get really sad and I cry, and then I think about Silent Hill and the franchise, and we move in from there, with the tears streaming down my face.
That's pretty good. I'm gonna try mine right now.
Okay.
So what we wanted to do with Shattered Memories was to like get really into what Silent Hill was, and then completely undo all of it.
we really want to show people what
This
Silent Hill
became
is.
ASMR.
What Silent Hill is on the surface, because a lot of people don't know Silent Hill is a town that has darkness in their hearts, and it spews across all our faces. And
we have to fill it with light.
We have to fill it with light. Dude, you fucking say that as a joke. You fucking say, play the game. Play Book of Memories. Get to the fucking light boss. There is a light boss.
Hold on, I thought Book of Memories was a good one. Which one was a good Hewlett?
No.
Is there a good Hewlett Silent Hill game? Was it Shattered Memories, the remake of 1?
But no. All right. Hewlett is the creative director on all these games, okay? So he's in charge of things getting through the gates. I think he doesn't
also
necessarily...
producer and also like voice casting director.
Yeah, he does a lot of fucking shit on these games.
Yeah, he was like the job guy of like 5 things, and then Konami told him, get out there and talk.
Right. But the thing is I have a feeling the more involvement...
Hi, Twin Perfect.
Yeah, I know, for real, if only. If he had more... okay. I feel like earlier on he had less involvement, and as it progressed, it was more and more involvement to the point where he was remaking the original 2 and 3, but not just remaking, like, literally remaking. Like, he wanted to rewrite the script. He wanted to change the story. These were things that he wanted to do for a fucking HD collection. Like, no, you can't change the story to however you want it to be.
In case it needed to be said, I hate to cut you off, don't send death threats. Just let it go.
What the fuck? Like, why?
There are people sending death threats. Let it go, guys. Just don't buy the games.
But people send death threats for the stupidest shit, too. There'll be something where
oh my god, bro. Somebody sent death threats to Marvel because of a Black Panther comic book where it was Black Panther and the crew, and then it immediately got canceled. but it was mostly because it was very African American empowering, and they were talking a lot of shit about like white people and stuff in that comic. So people started sending death threats. It's like, please don't send death threats. If you don't like it, don't buy it, but don't send death threats. I mean, that's fucking pathetic.
You can vocalize your concern or whatever the fuck, but like death threats means a whole other level. It means I'm gonna kill you over a fictional something.
Fucking Kevin Smith got death threats over Dogma.
Bro,
how are you gonna send death threats to Silent Bob?
It's ridiculous by this point, because I forgot what the game was, but like there was a level designer. I don't know if it was for Crash Team Racing or someone along those lines. There was a level designer who got a whole bunch of death threats just because he had his name on it, when really it was the publisher who was adding the DLC and the microtransactions themselves. So the people sending the death threats aren't even sending it to the right people. It's whoever they see in the first place.
We mentioned earlier about Sonic, but Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, people were sending death threats to developers of the game because Sonic's my childhood. How dare you make him have a scarf?
You're killing the childhood I already had.
Fuck off. If your childhood is attached to like a fictional character, you need to let it go.
All right, let's say my childhood, right? I'll say Courage the Cowardly Dog is a huge part of my childhood. I love him to death.
Okay.
If Courage the Cowardly Dog had a new iteration, I didn't agree with it, it was something completely different, I'm not going to let that change my experiences with Courage the Cowardly Dog. You know what I mean? Because I already had those experiences, and someone else having their own experience with something with a similar name shouldn't change my experience. Absolutely yeah, it's annoying. Absolutely it's annoying sometimes when someone is like, oh, I love the Resident Evil movies. Cool, that's good for you. But you know what? That's it. That's their business. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna go ahead and send a fucking email to Paul W.S. Anderson? You're destroying Resident Evil. You're ruining the literary genius that was Resident Evil.
To be fair, Resident Evil's not well written.
No, I know. That's what I mean. It's like,
I just found out Shinji Mikami really felt really bad about making Wesker look foolish in Resident Evil 1.
I sent you that picture. It was one of my Bone King TV posts. Yes, it was from an interview. He's like, so Wesker's really foolish in RE1. He's like, we didn't mean to make him foolish. And it's like, oh, okay.
There's going to be a day, guys, where George and I are just going to play like a best of 10 series of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where we just fill it up with just Wesker quotes the entire game.
Your health is lacking, Chris.
7 minutes.
I see
7 minutes is all I've got.
You have a level 5 supers. I see that, Jill. I will stop it. Cancel. Frame cancel.
Oh shit, it's Ernesto.
Advancing guard. Sorry.
Ernesto, what's up, man? Actually, George, Ernesto would be a really great guy to have on the show. Oh. He's actually a pretty decent photographer, and he likes Batman vs. Superman unironically, unlike fucking Jesus.
Well, this is what we do on the show, is we like to bring differing opinions, try to find some middle ground, and just work from there. So I'm not gonna shit on him for liking the film. I want to know what he likes about it and what we can do to push that forward. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Resident Evil 6
is really... George Hernandez is watching.
Yeah, no, I jumped back in. Oops. But no,
you might like this George guy.
RE6 really opened my eyes on this, weirdly enough. I feel like even in some of the worst things, you can find a smart idea that they were going for, but did not land. And
okay,
not everything. Oh my god, but not everything.
I've done that. I've done that for Batman vs. Superman. But overall, it's just a terrible movie. Just like Resident Evil 6 is a terrible Resident Evil game.
Right. Like,
Notice what I said. Yeah. A terrible Resident Evil game. If it was a game for any other thing, it might have been good. But it's a bad Resident Evil game.
I still say it's still, regardless of the Resident Evil license, I'd still say it's like a B+ title just because of how much fucking filler there is.
Oh my god.
It's redonkulous. Just so much nonsense to get through.
Those scenes with like Jake and fucking Chris, dick measuring. Oh my god.
And then Piers is jumping in on there and it's like, what the fuck is going on with you people? Like the snow level at 6. Oh my god.
How is it that Sherry Birkin has aged so much, but Leon is still Leon?
Because people are eternally 27.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
One of the last things we should talk about, because I think we're running out of time.
Yeah. We got like 20 minutes
you talked about what are you listening, and we talked about what are you playing, but what are you watching? What are you watching? We did the same thing.
Yeah, well, because we would, obviously. I haven't been watching much per se. Oh, well, you know what? I can say what I'm watching. While I've been troubleshooting my stream for the past 4 days, I've been listening to the Super Best Friends playthrough of Omicron.
The fuck is Omicron?
Omicron, the Nomad Soul, is David Cage's, I wouldn't say first game, but one of his first big profile games. It features David Bowie. Yeah, as apparently when David Bowie saw the world he was making, he was taken aback and said, you know, we're not just doing one feature, I'm writing all the music for the game. So, David Bowie and a dude from The Cure wrote the fucking soundtrack to this game. This all sounds great, right? On paper. Remember I said David Cage when we started out, right? Okay.
And that it's his first game.
You're right. So
wait. First game.
Dude, the quotation marks are not even big enough because the game starts out with a character going, oh my god, my name's Kale. I've been trying to find a way to communicate with the outside parallel dimension. I just managed to do it. You there on the other side of the screen. Come here. Come to our world. You need to inhabit my body to stop the evil. Use your computer to go in and defeat the evil that is Omicron. It's fourth wall breaking at the most ham-fisted possible. Like, every instance...
This is a bit heavy, Doc.
And then they talk about Omicron, the game itself, as being created by Astaroth, and it was a device created to capture the soul of gamers. And like, yeah, what do I do? What do I need to do to save my soul? You have to defeat Astaroth. Like it is horrible. The fucking quests are horrible. The way that you solve certain things are very immoral for the first part, because there's a lot of body hopping mechanics, but when you hop bodies, the body you jump from just dies. So it's like, oh, if you want a very good and anger-filled playthrough, watch the Super Best Friends channel. I know they're broken up, but they still have very good Let's Plays on their channel. You know what I mean? And wow, it's a fucking adventure just to see the different shit that they try to do.
The only thing I can equate Super Best Friends with is the When's Marvel joke.
When's Marvel? Yeah.
Because they had a guy there who apparently said no to a threesome with 2 girls just so he can play Marvel vs. Capcom.
I mean, I think you're talking about Wooly.
Yeah, Wooly.
Mainly because Wooly's the one who says when's Marvel, but I've never heard that story.
Yeah, it was on another video that was like in the suggested, and I looked at it, and he was at a video game store playing Marvel, because that's how you have to say it.
Marvel, yeah, Marvel.
You can't even say Marvel vs. Capcom, you have to say Marvel. Anyway, so he's playing Marvel, and they're like, dude, what happened to the 2 girls? And he's like, no, they wanted a threesome. I said no. And the guy talking to him was like, why? And he's like, I want to play Marvel.
Bro, to be fair, though, like, we don't know the context. We don't know who these ladies were. Maybe he just didn't want anything to do with them. Fair enough, right? Like, who knows?
It's true, but dude, a threesome being given to you? You gotta do it.
Look, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel will always be there, Wooly.
You got
Marvel will always be there.
Always be there with 3 people. You'll
George,
never be lonely.
Really quick to like throw back to Evo. Guess what? Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 had a tournament, but Infinite did not.
Good.
There was a side tournament, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was there. Infinite was not. Fuck Infinite. No X-Men. No buy. Fuck you.
Even beyond that, like the fact how cheapy the models look and how recycled it feels, I couldn't be a part of it, to be honest.
You give me Chris Redfield, but no Jill and no Wesker, and no... Well, you give me Nemesis, but...
Wesker's not an Infinite?
No.
What?
No.
No, I didn't even know that. What? Really?
He's not an Infinite. The only 2 Resi characters that are there is RE5 Chris.
Yeah.
And fucking Nemesis. Which
Nemesis made it?
Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yes, Nemesis is there. Explain to me the how is Nemesis there but not Jill?
But see, okay, because I can sort of see it in their head. They're like, RE5 represents new Resident Evil, and Nemesis represents old Resident Evil. And to be fair, Nemesis was my favorite part, and the whole reason I fucking bought Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. I would have been totally fine with the regular one, but they added Nemesis and Frank West, but we won't, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so what am I watching?
Yeah. Did we cover what you're watching?
No, not what I'm watching. We covered what you're watching. I'm watching JoJo.
Ooh.
I'm on season 4. Yeah, let's fucking do JoJo stances.
I plan on doing. I actually developed my own.
Zawadle.
I actually developed my own. You actually you sounded like Wario for a second.
Zawadle.
No, I developed my own JoJo pose. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me try and get on the camera. It's like this. You go like, you know what I mean? You could, depending on where the camera is, you gotta aim a gun up and down.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You'll like season 4, but you just miss Hamon. That's all you miss.
I hate Hamon. Hamon is the worst. Dude, that's the whole
Mm.
reason why I was like, oh my god, can we get to something better?
That's what season 2 is.
Yes, I liked when season 3 went and brought in stands and made that the thing.
My misunderstanding.
No.
Well, you'll love season 4 because
Yeah.
it's all stands, and the stands get even weirder.
Good. That's where I wanted it to go because
It just gets weirder. And
Hamon
not only
was
that,
just
like,
vague energy. It was the chakra in the Naruto universe. It was literally just any fucking MacGuffin energy.
We barely get Hamon in season 3, which is really just Joseph.
The stands are more creative, other than just whatever vaguely defined power. You get like song references in the stands, you know, like fucking bands that are referenced. Like that's cool shit. There's some of the fan stands. Have you seen those? Those are fucking pretty incredible too. Paint it black. Paint it black as a stand. It's a cool idea. It makes everything black out.
Sorry, I was doing a JoJo.
No,
reference.
I know. But anyway, I think what do we got? I think we got like probably 10 more minutes. You think we talked about everything you saw? Did we talk about what you played?
Well, we should talk about things that we've been doing that FanFreeks have done.
Okay, yeah.
We have a website.
Yes. So
did you know that?
I didn't know this. I had to ask and find out on my own that we had a website, and I'm like, all right, well, let me go on the Facebook group and see if I can find it. There was no link on the Facebook group. I had to add it myself, so there is one there now, folks. So if you want to see our website,
yeah,
go
it has
see
everything, right? It has supposedly all of our social media links.
Yes, it has our YouTube, our Facebook, all of our stuff is on the front page, and we just started talking about having the podcast be displayed there.
Yeah, so it's a media player, right?
Right. We have the media player.
Welcome back to 2006, Windows Media Player.
Yes, finally, am I right?
Yeah.
So no, for real though, everyone that's hearing out there, just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to the website, mainly because we're planning to have more, giveaways, more local tournaments, more local things to really put together and build a community here in South Florida. Granted, I know a lot of the people that are in FanFreeks, they're not all Florida based, but
there is things that we have planned separately for the international people.
Yes,
that are not located.
Don't worry, we're
Florida.
thinking about you. We're thinking about you.
George was surprised to find out we got people that listen to us from fucking Texas and Britain. I was like, yeah.
And I'm like, what do we do? We should do something.
Hey, Calvin. Hey, James.
But
another James, not
no, that's cool.
Robin.
But in general, that's what I want to go ahead and say is like we're gonna be doing a lot more interaction
Michael.
On the website. So if you want to get some free tickets, want to get some free access to shit, hit us up. That's what we're here for.
We have a website. We have a Twitter.
Yes, we have a Twitter.
George, do you have a Twitter?
I do, and don't worry, I'll be going into all of my information as soon as we're done with FanFreaks. I want to make sure we get all the information out there.
FanFreaks has a Twitter. We don't have an Instagram.
Mm-hmm. But don't worry.
Obviously, we have a Facebook.
And obviously, we have a Spotify, because you might be listening to us on there right now.
We also have an iTunes. You might be listening to it.
So all these integrations are going down. Just keep an eye out. We'll go ahead and link to specific things if we're having a giveaway and we talk about it on the show. Don't worry, we'll have all that shit available to you. We just want to let you guys know that we are expanding, as it were.
one more time, I just want to say thanks to everybody who supported us. Attic Door Media's Kickstarter starts this Friday for Incident Report number 1. Be sure to donate. I will donate. You're not the only person that's going to be putting in money on this. Support independent comics. And speaking of comics, your local comic book store is celebrating its 2-year birthday anniversary event on Saturday with John Boy Myers and representatives from what was it? Angel Has Fallen and Ready or Not are going to be there giving away merch and
Ready
movie
or Not.
tickets.
I didn't just realize Ready or Not was one of the ones you said. Yeah.
Yes, Ready or Not is going to be. Actually, I really like that movie. Like the trailer. The trailer
seems
looks
like
good.
it has my recipe. Simple premise. Horror movie with a simple premise will get me through the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll get me through there. All I need is a simple premise. I don't need you to overcomplicate anything. Just build up an expectation, subvert it for me, and we're golden.
Also, of course, Michael Medina's Facebook group, Land of Wrestlers, and we also have Liz Oak's fucking Pokemon Center. They're still popping and they're still active. If you want to focus on those two specific things, you could go over there or you could talk about it on FanFreeks.
Here on FanFreeks, we like to point directions to the big fandoms. Everyone joins together and we're all one big happy family. Adrian, do we have anywhere that we can reach you in case we need to yell at you?
I have a Twitter, but you can also find me on Facebook.
Okay.
My Twitter handle is Adrian. Oh my god.
Oh, is it embarrassing?
A little bit. It's MDOD, which stands for Masterful Dude of Doodliness.
Whatever, that's your freaking intro, so it actually makes sense.
It's
Anyway.
a little cringy.
Well, it's fine. You can find him there, and you can find me, the Bone King, over at twitch.tv/BoneKingTV, or you can put that Bone King TV over on Twitter or YouTube. I'm there too.
You have a Facebook page.
I have a fucking Facebook page now. I'm now a Facebook artist. I now post my memes all over the place.
Memes.
I also post, announcements of my streams and whatnot there, so if you're more interested in my gameplay for whatever reason, you can hit me up there. This has been a fucking amazing show. I think the amount of information we've given this stream has been more than we've ever done.
Also, the amount of alcohol we've had.
Woo!
Really good. Real quick, before we go, I want to say thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for following. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, on YouTube. We also have a YouTube thing that we will be putting stuff there.
Before we circle logic, we love you all. We will see you next week, and if I don't see you then,
wait.
Oh.
Did you cut?
No, I did not. You
Video
stopped
games
me.
Don't cause mass shootings. Done.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. If you didn't need to hear it from anywhere else, come on.
Everybody said it.
I cannot. I cannot believe. This is not a political podcast, but oh boy, was I getting quite political that fucking afternoon.
When were you getting political?
Not on this show. All right, love you guys.
Ooh, I want to watch that.
We'll see. Maybe on the stream, you'll get more personal deets. Maybe if we feel more comfortable in a political environment, but I'd rather not cause division where there shouldn't be. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. This is the Bone King signing off, dude.
Hi, we're gonna go play Resident Evil deck build.
We're gonna go build some decks.
Feel it.
Strong. Okay, I call Chris.
I'm gonna be Jill.
I love you guys. Bye.